Welcome back to On Deck Circle. I am your 1 year older host, Nick Z, over here with my very good friend, Mr. Jason Beckner. Jason, how are you today?
I'm good. I was gonna wear a Cubs hat, but I've still just not.
Yeah.
I'm still a little demoralized. We have bounced back with 2 in a row, but
Nope.
10 in a row. You go on 2 separate 10-game win streaks, and then you follow it up in like a month and a half, or not even a month and a half, like a month later with a 10-game losing streak, which negates one of those 10-game win streaks. It's just a lot up and down right now. I'm still mourning the 10-game losing streak.
Same, but just the Red Sox season is over. We are still in the wild card hunt, which is great.
Yeah.
Pitching's great, defense great. Can't hit a lick. Ronald Acuna hit a grand slam yesterday against us. That wasn't great. But let's get to something positive, Jason. That's the cold open question of the week. I want you to tell me what is a birthday present you have recently received that you enjoy. All right, 3, 2, 1, go. All right, Jason, what we got?
Oh man, this one's it's kind of the point where I don't really get many birthday gifts anymore.
Yeah.
Actually,
or like it's like a pair of socks from your son.
Yeah. Like right now at this stage of my life, Father's Day is a better gift giving day than birthday is.
I will also accept a Father's Day present.
Okay, we'll go with that's the easy one then. I received a Blackstone as a Father's Day gift.
Oh, nice. When?
Which actually I want to say, so my birthday's in July. My in-laws gave me a Father's Day gift / I think birthday gift of a Blackstone. So we'll count that one for sure.
I didn't know you were a Blackstone guy too.
Yeah, I mean, I don't use it as much as I should. I'm definitely more of a grill guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll throw on the Blackstone every once in a while. Cook up some smash burgers, some breakfast, anything,
Yeah.
all the good stuff out there.
You listen to Part of My Take, right?
Yeah.
Have you do you listen consistently?
Yep.
And you know how Big Cat's trying to eat 200 burgers?
Yes.
During summer.
Yeah.
Where are you at on smash burgers in general? Would you prefer a smash burger or a regular burger?
Which is funny because I'm actually a very avid Yak listener as well. Okay. And they discussed this on the Yak yesterday. He was belittling the smash burger, and I don't want to hear any part of that. I am a huge smash burger guy.
Give me 2 smash burgers.
Yep, like double smash burger,
the little crispy edge, some onion in there.
Woo! Yep. So, yeah, I'm a big time smash burger. I'm not a big, thick, juicy burger guy. I want them nice, thin, crispy patties. Give me 2 of them. I don't know if you have Culver's in the Northeast, but
no.
Culver's here in the Midwest makes phenomenal smash burgers.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm a smash burger guy for sure.
Yeah, I am right there with you with a smash burger. Even like a smashed turkey burger, like anything smashed.
You make it crispy. Make it crispy.
Just make it the edge. Oh, there's just something about the edge.
Yeah, crispy edges and some very gooey cheese.
Hell
yeah, fun, man.
Dog, I'm starving. I just ate like lettuce.
We're recording at lunchtime today, and I have not yet eaten lunch. That's why I've kind of gone on this tangent about burgers, and it's making me hungry.
All right. Well, let's get to lunch quicker.
Yeah, let's fearless. Let's get into some guys here. Some guys that maybe are underperforming, and if we are panicking or holding on these guys, and we'll have a little bit of a treat here on the end of the show. I'm gonna take a little trip down to On the Farm. If any longtime listeners can remember, Dave Eddy, former co-host, made a great soundbite of Down on the Farm. We need to revive that somehow, but that's down the road here a little bit. Let's get into some of these guys here. First guy we're going to talk about is going to be. I'm going to go with my guy first here. No, you know
Okay.
what? No, I lied. We'll go with your guy here.
Okay.
We're going to go with Vinnie Pasquantino of the Royals.
Yeah. Italian breakfast, man.
Yeah.
My guy, unfortunately, in many places currently.
Yeah.
Someone that really hasn't been performing to his caliber of play. So we have officially reached Memorial Day, which means it is
Yep.
now time to officially panic on these guys.
Yeah.
Because it's going to take more than a good 3-game stretch for Vinnie P to get to be batting over 199 with an OBP just over 280, leaving the OPS at 611, which is almost 200 points less than last season, where he hit 32 home runs. And I kind of feel like that was like a slept on season from Vinnie P, just because the 30 home run mark is kind of not even like a real benchmark anymore. We're used to seeing these 40, 50, 60 home runs. But this is someone that a lot of people were counting on, especially he's still only 28. What's good is Jack Caglione, who I'm not going to say is his competition, but like he does have that first base eligibility, is also not really been great. My expectations for Vinnie P this year were very high, mainly because we all saw that tweet in maybe the winter, and it was like, oh, they're bringing in the walls. This means Vinnie P is going to hit like 10 more home runs, and you were dreaming on that 40, maybe 45 homer season. And right now, he's only got 5. I kind of counted on him in those middle rounds of redrafts, just trying to get some cheap 25, 30, 35 homer pop, and that's just not happening. His hard hit data is not great. He's in the 23rd percentile. He's barreling a lot less than he was last season. I'm unsure what to really do here in Dynasty. I am probably panicking. Would like to try and move him, but unfortunately not going to be the easiest thing to move. His one thing, because I am a stat guy, as everyone knows, his launch angle has dipped 4%. Is that a percentage in launch angle? It was 19.7. It's currently
That's a degree.
15.7. I mean, yeah,
the degree,
15.7.
the angle degree.
Yes, angle degree. Thank you. So that's not great. His exit velo is dropped almost 8 points. Just someone that I'm nervous about, because even last year he did start slow.
Yep.
But he came around, and I just don't know if it's coming around. Ideally, he still can get to that 25 homer mark, because 20 home runs isn't terrible. But he's currently looking, even his 2024 season, where he hit only 20 home runs or 19 home runs, he's still not even close to that average. So definitely someone I'm worried about. Where are you at?
Yeah, I'm definitely concerned about Vinnie P, which is kind of funny because, obviously teams got to market their guys, but I feel like after a great 2025 year, Royals really took off on this, not even Italian breakfast, but the Pasquatch, I believe is what they were calling him, as in Sasquatch. And if you remember, they famously had Sasquatch walk along the scoreboard whenever you hit a home run, which he did hit 30 plus last year. And yeah, a very, very big dip right now in the power department. He's only slugging 327. He's got a 611 OPS, striking out a ton. And it's not even on chase pitching. He's not even chasing that much. It's all like in zone strikeouts. Not too alarming as far as like, still walking in great amounts. So he's still kind of, the approach to the plate isn't awful, but the results just haven't been there for a Vinnie P, and the slugging numbers really have me concerned so far this year. Do you want to take a guess on what Vinnie P's ADP was in like prior to draft, like draft season, we'll call it?
Can you tell me just like in a 12 team?
it's higher than you think it is.
Higher as in
Like
like a
it's
higher number or a lower number?
no lower number. Like he was drafted higher than you think he was.
Like 150?
Try more, higher. He was being drafted as a top 100 player in
Wow.
NFBC. NFBC ADP from January to basically middle of March. His ADP was at 78. He had a min. Someone drafted him, which obviously would have been like maybe a drafting holder that or at some point, or maybe a main event. He had a min draft of 37. Somebody was taking him at the 3-4 turn and have now been kicking themselves in the ass for drafting Vinnie P at the 3-4 turn or actually, if it's a 15 team league, he was being taken in the what's that? That's like the beginning of the third round at 37 overall. So Vinnie P coming into the season with very high expectations, not living up to those expectations right now. And yeah, I'd be I'm panicking on Vinnie P. Now I know were all the walls moved in, or was it just left field
I don't know which
or
one.
was that Baltimore that just moved back
Baltimore
to
also
field?
moved things, yeah.
They moved, I think, left field back. But I think Royals was all around. They moved because I wasn't sure because Vinny P being a left-handed hitter. Because I
Yeah,
think
because people were even worried about Royals pitchers.
yeah, and so far, so as of right now, none of that's coming to fruition. But a month and a half into the season, we'll see a full season data how that works out. But yeah, which is really weird. If you look at like his splits through May last year, he had 7 home runs. He has 5 this year. So the home run numbers are kind of similar, but the slugging is not. So the home run numbers are there. The slugging is not. Definitely time to panic on a Vinny P. I think most of the trade value may be gone. I don't
Yeah,
think
it's
maybe
just
in Dynasty it's pretty low. In redraft it's basically gone. You may be able to get something for him.
yeah. I offered him for Will Warren.
Okay.
Like, I mean, Warren is having a good season, but like he's
Yeah.
not like a top whatever pitcher, and it was decline. So,
Yep.
but so I'm currently sitting Vinny P in one league for Spencer Horwitz, who we talked about last week, who actually had a great week. So
Yeah.
I looked great on that one. But so currently Vinny P is sitting on my bench in my like main dynasty league just because
Yeah.
Horwitz is producing more. So
Yeah. And rightfully
hopefully,
so. Horvitz has been pretty solid. One of those like, no name value contributors that like
yeah,
puts up those
like
numbers.
Alec Burleson, same
Yeah.
like type of guy. I mean, I've even seen that people are down on Burleson, but he's been playing fine. He's just not hitting home runs.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. All right, we'll go over here to my first guy. We're going to talk about. I'm going to talk about a pitcher, Tanner Bibee. So far this season, just had a really rough start to go here. Let's see if I pull up the numbers here. We got a 4.57 ERA. He's got 0 wins and 7 losses, so he's winless in his first month and a half of the season. He's got a 1.32 WHIP. The strikeout rate's down to right around 20%. The walk rate's up near 8%. He's given up 1.7 home runs per 9. So, for a pitcher that succeeded mostly by elite command, got a lot of warning signs there to see start off the season here. If you look a little bit deeper on why he's struggling so far, the biggest issue, the fastball is just getting crushed. Right now, the opponents are hitting 313 against the fastball, 406 slug with an X slug of 441 against the fastball. It's got a brutal 56% hard hit rate against the fastball, and the whiff rate's only at like 12.5%. So, hitters aren't really they're basically sitting fastball, and even the cutter too to a lesser extent. The cutter was one of his best pitches last year when opponents only hit 220 against it with a hard hit rate of 37%. This year, right now, they're hitting 284, slugging 689 with a hard hit rate up around 50% on the cutter. So right now, hitters are just basically sitting fastball cutter and taking full advantage of it. I watched a game, I think it was earlier this week, one of his starts. He first inning, I think gave up first couple innings, couple home runs, all on the fastball and cutter. There is some little bit of upside. The changeup's been good so far. The batters are hitting just 0.63. It's got a 45% whiff rate on the changeup, but the strikeout profile has just really not been there this year. He was never really a huge power arm. He's more been like a command guy. But right now, this year, he's just not getting the commands down. The weak contact is there. Yeah, the walk rate's climbed noticeably so far. Um, he just doesn't have it this year so far now. And someone that I was pretty high on several years ago when he had a really nice, I think 24 season. Just have not really been there since. Yeah, in 2024, 12 wins, 187 strikeouts in 173 innings. Then last year, strikeout rates dipped a bunch. The whip was up. The whip's up again this year. Strikeouts are basically flattening still. I think, if you're looking at the advanced metrics, the ERA compared to the xERA and the FIP, they're all pretty much right in range. So it's not like he's a slew of bad luck. He's just not getting the results that we've been seeing in the past. I think hitters are starting to catch up on Tanner Bibee, and the results have been pretty poorly so far this year. But I'm not full on panic because there have been some stretches where he's given up 3 earned runs or less in some of his starts. So not full panic mode, but I'm kind of putting my faith in the Guardians and that pitching staff in the development that they can kind of maybe correct some things. But with a bad 2025, now another bad start to 2026, for Dynasty outlook, I think we need to kind of tone it back here because I know he was rising very fast after that 2024 season in Dynasty leagues of Tanner Bibee and yeah, I'm in hold mode. We'll call him. He's a hold for me right now.
Yeah, I'm probably in the same boat. It's bound to happen to one of these pitchers on this fucking team,
Yeah.
And, yeah, Ciccone. Is it Ciccone?
Yeah.
He's not having a great year either, but definitely people were counting on Bibee a bit more. But in general, these things happen. Like it's just kind of baseball's hard, and
Yeah.
I think he's still a good pitcher. He's still only 27. So honestly, I'd probably be trying to buy him, just kind of see if you can get him at even a slight discount because like the ceiling's there, and like you could really interchange Messick, Gavin Williams, Bibee, and Cantillo, and just kind of be like, this is they would all be an ace on like any team other than like the Tigers, the Red Sox, the Yankees. Like honestly, like if Williams was on the Cubs, he'd be their ace, right?
Yeah, at this point, our pitching is bewildered. It's down bad. So
yeah
Gavin
you
Williams
should
definitely
trade
be
for Sonny
ace.
Gray.
I think they will be buyers at some point, but yeah, we are. Justin Steele had setbacks. Kate Horton's done for the year. Cabrera now is a blister who's had a kind of a up and down start to the season. Tyone's washed. Shota, very inconsistent, soft tosser that, if he's not hitting his spots, similar to Bibee, they're not hitting their spots and they're not getting those on the edge calls. They leave things over the zone. They get hit hard and they give up a ton of runs. So yeah.
Yeah. So not entirely nervous at all about Bibee, but I would definitely be trying to buy him in every dynasty.
Yeah, that's a good point. If you don't own him, he could be a very nice buy low. And if you do own him, I think he's a hold because I wouldn't be wanting to sell low. So see what your league mates think of a Bibee for sure.
Exactly.
Well, all right, let's jump on over here to your next guy, Kazuma Okamoto.
Okamoto, kind of interesting because Murakami's really been like unbelievable.
Yeah.
And I saw a tweet the other day and it was like, they said this guy couldn't hit a fastball or something like that.
Yeah.
Thanks. But Okamoto, definitely an interesting case here. The Blue Jays in general have just been a complete disappointment. I understand there's injuries there, but Okamoto, not someone that I was really expecting because I feel like the main calling card for him was average and like will be hitting the ball. And that seems to be kind of his issue. However, if you really look at it, he is barreling the ball, which is great. His hard hit is 94th percentile. His average exit velo is 93. His barrel percentage is 87. So that kind of shows that like he is getting contact. He is making contact with the ball. It's just not great. Like it's either finding holes. I mean, it's not finding holes, or it's like just right at people. So he does have 11 homers. Again, not someone I'm like incredibly worried about. Let's see here. So 200 at bats. That's a pretty decent sample. With 11 homers, hitting 215 and OBP just over 300. I think it's like this was someone that was drafted pretty high in first year player drafts. So it's kind of like not the best return on investment. Like if you say you drafted him 5th, that might even be a stretch. No, 5th.
Yeah.
Seth Hernandez right now, who was probably going around that pick, is worth so much more. And you could trade Seth Hernandez for a piece that's a lot better than Okamoto. So I also think that's kind of another thing you have to look at when you're drafting these international players in first year player drafts is like the value, their top value is right now.
Yeah.
As a like maybe not for Murakami because like he's hitting the shit out of the ball. But like even the pitcher, Amai, like he's been kind of bad. And like he was going number 1 in a lot of first year player drafts. And that value is gone. So I think I need to remember this next year just because like Okamoto's going to be 30 soon. And that's tough because this profile, at least what we're looking at, is not going to age well if it continues to just not seem to work. So definitely, I don't know where I'm at. I would say I'm panicking, but like I'm only panicking if I drafted him in the top 5 of a first year player draft. But like if he was just available in your draft and you picked him later, that's fine. But it's just that the value you're drafting value in first year player drafts. You're not drafting player. I think that's gonna be what I'm looking for moving forward in first year player drafts. Is just draft value. Don't care about instant impact or anything. Just kind of get the highest ceiling. And this isn't a high ceiling.
Right. Yeah, the crazy thing to me about Okamoto is we were told all off season or once they were posted that Okamoto was going to hit for a high average, but maybe a few less home runs than Murakami. And Murakami's going to, hit 190, but hit tanks. And right now, the first month and a half season is the complete opposite. Murakami's hitting for a better average. He's hitting more home runs. He's getting on base at a higher rate. Okamoto looks lost at times at the plate. There's also games where he's like 3 for 4 with a tank and a couple singles. Yeah, when he makes contact, it's actually pretty decent. He barrels the ball, he hits the ball hard. But the strikeouts and the whiff right now make him look very overwhelmed at times. And what's crazy is he's 3 years older than Murakami, and he's performing worse. And so if you're taking him at first year player drafts, there was a draft that we were in together, and Okamoto was taken ahead of Murakami, which I thought was very alarming. And to my
Murakami.
and to my dismay or to my reward, I was the one that took Murakami after I was shocked he fell to 5th overall. Murakami did. Again, no victory laps a month and a half into his MLB career, but he looks all the bit better of the better power hitter, better hitter at the plate right now. He's younger for dynasty purposes, so Murakami looks to be the better import, obviously, than Okamoto at this moment. And I think we talked maybe a couple of weeks ago when Chandler Simpson was going well. We were doing runs plus hits, plus stolen bases, and he was hitting that they've now obviously adjusted that, so you got to get up to almost 3+ now to get any good value. There was a stretch where Okamoto was awesome for hits, runs, and RBIs at 2+, and now he's kind of basically got down to all you need to do is get 1+, and you get a decent value on that. So Okamoto's been struggling, but he also had some bright sides. He does have 11 home runs, so he has had some good at bats, but there's also been at bats where he looks very overwhelmed. So I'm it's a hold for me, and I'd even look to be selling if you could. He just looks like he may not be what we thought he was going to be coming into the season. So I'm not panicking, but I'm out on Okamoto for sure. All right. Let's just keep piling on the Blue Jays. You brought up the beginning of Okamoto. They just look very lost from a team that may be suffering from World Series hangover. George Springer off to another really bad start after a huge 2025 season, which again helped. And then not only a huge 2025 season, he had an awesome playoff run for them as well. But this is a guy we're talking about, probably a lot of age regression. He was already injured and missed a bunch of time this year. He's got a really weak contact right now. But yeah, last year, monster season. Last year, he slashed 309, 333, 550. He had 32 home runs with a 959 OPS. Right now, he's currently slashing 209, 287 with a 330 slug. He's got an OPS of about 617. Huge drop in power production. The OBP is down 100 points from last year. Right now, when you look at the quality of contact, the hard hit rate is taking a huge dip. The X of velo is taking a huge dip. He's hitting less line drives. Line drive rate is down about 10%, and he's hitting more pop-ups. Right now, he's got a 10% pop-up rate, which is basically a career worst pace. He's got really weak bat-to-ball skills. And again, like I said, he missed some time with injury. He did fracture his toe in April, which I think is causing a lot of these issues. He's really looked off balance at times. The plate discipline has gotten way worse. With runners in scoring position, his chase rate has jumped to almost 50% with runners in scoring position. He's expanding the zone really bad right now. He's just looking like he's pressing at the plate, probably trying to make some things happen with the whole team may be pressing at this point, except for my guy, Ernie Clement. He's been awesome. But, yeah, Springer looks really bad right now. And I think I didn't want to bring him up because, again, he's dealt with some injuries a lot. But after having that huge season last year where he had a career best OBP, career best OPS plus, he had a really nice BABIP last year. I can't help but think we're at not only are we at a point of panic, he's age 35 now. So,
yeah,
it might be time to move on from Springer. And not just Dynasty, but also if you have him in redraft as well. Because he looks like a very much that aging hitter that just came off of a spike season late in his career, and it probably may be more of an outlier than more the norm.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you there. It's unfortunately, if it's Dynasty, you're probably just gonna let him die on your roster.
Yeah.
No real value to get back there because it's not like you can trade him for I don't know. Like you might be able to get something for him, but
yeah,
honestly,
not
you might
much.
be better off just picking up someone off waivers if you're like really in a pinch.
Yep.
Redraft wise, you can probably cut him and just kind of pick up someone off. But yeah, no real this isn't like you can't say you're surprised.
Right.
I think you're more surprised about last year than this year.
Yeah, I think if you drafted Springer or traded for him, let's say in the offseason based off of last year's season, that may have been some fool's gold last year. Baseball is a very streaky sport, and when teams are winning, people are obviously playing better. And I think some players like Springer may feed into that. Again, had a great great postseason, in which he helped lead them to a World Series appearance. But yeah, at age 35, he's basically gonna die on your dynasty roster. And like you said, I'm holding him in one redraft league just for another week or two because he has shown a couple of games where he's kind of there, but. Yeah, we talked about it with Okamoto too. The Blue Jays are just struggling right now as a team. So
yeah,
I'd hold them for a little bit longer in redraft, but not much. I'd have a very short league, especially in 10-team leagues. Absolutely not. He's on the waiver wire. 12 teams on the verge, depending on how many outfielders you start.
Yep.
But yeah, he's on the verge of being cut in most redraft leagues as well. All right, well, that's going to be our panic or hold segment. Let's jump into some down on the farm. We haven't done this in a while.
Yeah, it's been a bit.
About a month of prospect minor leagues going on. So we got some guys to talk about. Guy I want to talk about right now quickly is Joshua Baez of the Cardinals. There was rumors of him maybe making the team out of spring training. Obviously, ultimately got sent back down to AAA to start the season, but so far in the month of May, he's had a really nice start. He has the most homers in May right now with 10 in the minor leagues. He has 16 total on the season. He's had a home run in 3 straight games. He's got the 4th most home runs in all the minor leagues so far this season, and he's 2nd in home runs at the AAA level with the 16 total. He's currently slashing 257, 338, slugging 578. He's got a WRC plus of 130. I think he's somebody we could definitely see at the major league level at some point this summer. I think it's only a matter of when, not if. He makes his major league debut this season. Right now, I think the biggest thing that's holding him back and having him get called up is the strikeout rate. The strikeout rate is still very inflated at AAA level. It's 30+% right now. So I think that may be causing the Cardinals concern of keeping him down there. Because right now, other than that, he looks totally ready for the next level. And I know AAA is like, it's still from pretty high competition. There's a lot of like quad A guys on there. So if you're striking out at 31% at AAA, it's going to only increase most likely at the major league level. So I think that's giving the Cardinals some hesitation right now. But I think, again, it's only a matter of time. At some point, he will make his debut this year for the Cardinals. So I guess we can kind of consider it a deep league target for a stash and hold for a redraft league, but more so a down on the farm check-in on Joshua Baez of the Cardinals.
Yeah, I know I've said this before, but I just found out something new about him. So he's from Boston, and he actually is from the neighborhood that I live in.
Oh,
nice.
And
he's played in the league that I coach in.
That's wild.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm rooting for him, and I can't wait for him to sign back with the Red Sox.
All right. You got a down on the farm, or are we good for the week?
We're good for the week. I'll do mine next week with that.
Yeah, no problem. Again, like we're gonna start getting into some more prospect talk now. We're on, week 10 of Panic or Hold. I think the Panic or Hold timeline may be over now that we're into week 11 next week of fantasy baseball. So time to move on to some prospect talk. I believe we'll mix it up next week and get into some of these prospects. But other than that, Nick, we will see you next week.
Yes, sir. Peace.